like to welcome you to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan. Joining me, Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and courtside Doris Burke. You look at Indiana. These are the games that challenge you. Guys, they will have the work certainly cut out for them, but they believe they can come away with the win.
I think for the Pacers, they've just lacked that one extra piece that could put them over the top this season. They haven't been able to kind of set themselves apart.
You know, you're right. They're not that far from being true contenders, but it doesn't look like this is the season for them to do so.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. On the court right now for the Pacers. Turner is out there with Montejunas. Then it's Young. Then it's Paul George. And there's the pass to Turner. The rebound by the Bucks. They went to Indiana for their last meeting with the Pacers and came out with a win.
They just looked stable pretty much from the get-go, guys. I mean, sometimes you'll see some inconsistencies come up in a road game that you don't see at home, but not the case in that one.
Tremendous balance on display, Greg. I mean, when you look at who was carrying the scoring load, making assists, playing unselfishly, I mean, they had it all working, and that led to the nice road win.
Now here's Freak against New Orleans, who is really on his game. And that one's good. McCray has got 7.
Just a great hustle play there. Energy and passion. This is what you play the game for.
And so here is Indiana. It's a 5-point game. He was all alone. So the Bucks, their last game, a win against New Orleans.
And how about the game plan that was constructed for that one? I mean, it was apparent how powerless the D was to stop it.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. I mean, they just didn't have an answer for anything they threw at him.
Loved the assist. I mean, he knew exactly where that bounce pass had to be to create that opportunity.
Young with no one around. And the 3 off target. Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
I was able to speak with Frank Vogel for a minute. We discussed their game plan defensively, and he mentioned that controlling Greg Monroe will be crucial. He said Monroe is a guy who can score inside, rebounds well, and his passing really sets him apart. Their offense runs best when it goes through his hands, so pressuring him and staying vigilant is essential for us. Guys, can they slow him down?
And thanks for that story, Doris.
And, folks, he does more than just put 2 points onto their lead. He does it with a little bit of flair.
He sure does. You're right. It's a dazzling move to the bucket for him.
I'll tell you what, he may not be the biggest man in the league, guys, but he more than makes up for that lack of size with amazing aerial skills.
And really, he's just done a great job of finding the open man every trip down.
Boy, it sure has seemed as though he's done it every time. It's been an awesome display of passing for him today.
So it's the Pacers now, trailing here by 8, and stolen by Freak. And here we go. Freak heading to the hoop, hammers it in after taking it the length of the floor.
And they keep going down low with the ball and keep getting positive results.
Extremely positive. I mean, this is a very nice lead to have early in the ball game.
And so it's Indiana with it, following the bucket by the Bucks.
Come on, Bradley Center. You better get some noise for your energy.
A different look from Milwaukee. Jabari Parker's checked in for space. Milwaukee leading by 11. On the court for the Pacers as our second quarter gets underway. They've got Young. Montejunas out there with Turner. Then it's George Hill. Now here's Freak. They lead by 11, the largest margin of the game.
And you really thought that was going to be a gimme, but unable to convert.
Yeah, and a little self-talk, angry self-talk for himself after that miss.
Turner with a screen on Parker. Hill left side. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Montejunas' shot is good. Montejunas has got it back down to single digits for the Pacers.
Yeah, heads-up aggressive play right there. Saw the smaller man on him and took it straight to the basket.
Freak kicks to Lynn. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Middleton. Here's McCray. Count that one as his 7th make in 8 attempts. He has a scorching 86%.
And really an alert play on the glass there to get that second chance opportunity. He's having one of those games that we've really grown accustomed to seeing him put forth.
And it's Lynn with the rebound.
He's got to be disappointed with himself on that one. He has got to knock those down.
So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Some really terrific numbers for Freak. 15 points and 1 steal as well.
He's just been impossible to contain. He's been unreal in this game.
Utterly fantastic is how I would categorize that performance, Greg.
And so it's Indiana with it. It's a 13-point game. Here's Kramer. Offensive rebound. Young. That doesn't fall either. He's missed his first 2 shots tonight. The Bucks have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Now here's Freak. D right on him. Shots good by Middleton.
Boy, I tell you what, he loves getting looks like that from the three-point line. No one near him. That's a warm-up jumper for him.
Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
And Turner kicks to Young. Takes a big height bounce and goes in.
Assisted, Miles Turner.
And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. Freak dishes to Middleton. Here's McCray. Right through the D for the layup. McCray has got 6 in the quarter.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Kramer defended by McCray. Young outside. There's the dish to Turner. Can't hit. And Milwaukee the other way now.
Physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. That plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Yeah, not to mention what it says on the scoreboard. They're really pushing them around. Straight bully ball.
Come on, Bradley Center. You better be making some noise for your energy.
With this break in the action, we can see the top passing teams in the league, courtesy of the 2K leaderboard. Bucks number 1.
These two teams have really passed the ball well all season. They share it, they move it. It's really a pleasure to watch how they approach the game.
Giannis Antetokounmpo's checked in for Chris Middleton. Jordan Hill, he's checked in for Indiana. Paul George comes in for George Hill. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, over to you.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Pelicans got the job done. He finished with 66 points, and he got there with his usual way. Just an impressive barrage of threes. Numbers like that are rare to see by any player in a game he'll always remember.
All right, Doris, thank you. He played at a level that very few players are capable of playing.
And, you know, I'll be interested to see how much he's got left in the tank. I mean, that performance had to take a lot out of him.
Yeah, but you know what? Sometimes supreme confidence can increase your stamina and endurance. So I'll be interested to see how that affects his play.
A different look for Milwaukee. Greg Monroe, he's checked in for Spates. And it's Vaughn in for Jeremy Lin. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. And that does it for the first half.
Well, Coach Vogel...
Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game. You look at Freak in this game, he has been everywhere.
That slasher mentality was on display in that first half. He got to the rim consistently.
Boy, I tell you what, he's got that great first step, and he must have had some quickness porridge or something because he looks a little faster today than normal.
Filling out the wings, it's Middleton and Antetokounmpo. Maurice Spates out there with Monroe. And it's McCray in at the 1. That's the 5 on the floor for the Bucks.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
Move the ball.
Pass to Monroe. He kicks it to Freak. Antetokounmpo against George.
Looky here. How about that one? That play, take that play and put it in the alley-oop textbook for future reference.
Perfectly done. He put it on a platter for him. Gosh, that was neat.
And guys, how about the touch there on the finish? Really just flawless.
And again, it's Indiana.
I'll tell you what, we've seen some nice buckets by George.
Bucks leading by 14. Here's McCray. No good. For Indiana, they come into this one following a loss to the Bulls in Chicago.
And with the number of turnovers they had in that game, guys, it was going to be an uphill battle all the way.
Especially when you couple the turnovers with the soft defense they were playing. That's a losing combination.
No, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, then make sure that you don't give a chance for the and one.
Both good from the line that time. Milwaukee's gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. Middleton right side. He feeds it to Monroe. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. McCray passes to Middleton. In the corner, it's Freak. 4 on the clock. Good on the three-point shot. McCray has got 27.
Feeling it. No doubt about it. He's definitely feeling it right now. Shooting a terrific percentage from the field.
Ring shot on the way. And good on the basket. Book it.
That makes 3 in a row to start the second half.
Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. Monroe up top. Oh, and there's the alley-oop.
2 points free.
Pacers trail by 15. Inside. And that one's good. George has got 16.
Just a positive force right now for these guys. And though his team has fallen a bit short, it's not because of him.
Antetokounmpo kicks to Freak, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Antetokounmpo.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Milwaukee making a switch here. Lynn's checked in. Hill, he's checked in for Indiana. And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
I was able to listen in on what Frank Vogel had to say to his team. He made it clear that their offense needed to run through Paul George. Coach stressed the importance of getting the ball in his hands as soon as possible at the start of their possessions. No question he's going to be the key guy for them offensively. Well, they need to make something happen before the start of the fourth quarter, and maybe those changes will do the trick, Kevin.
Thanks again, Doris.
Well, that fast break went according to plan.
Yeah, nice job there, Greg. Recognizing the opportunity was there to push it, and then excellent execution.
Parker's checked in for Milwaukee. And Indiana making a change here.
Substitution on the court.
In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. Hill has the open look. And once again off the mark by Indiana.
They've shown effort and aggression in the paint right from the tip. Their rebounding edge is impressive.
And they're giving themselves extra possessions and have taken advantage of it. And that's critical. You can shoot a few lesser percentage if you're getting more opportunities at the rim.
And he gets it to go.
What a top-notch game he's having. He's gotten them in front, and it sure seemed like he's going to keep them there. All by himself, it looks like.
Kicks it to Bayless. And the basket good. Bayless has got 10 points in the game.
Really, really good at recognizing the gaps and getting the ball to the rim.
Freak dishes to Antetokounmpo, and he gets it to go. And the Bucks lead by 18.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime-dropping delights is what I call it.
Yeah, that's a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yep, he was on the money, that's no doubt. Now, here is George. 16 points for him. 5 on the clock. Hill fires. Again, missing Hill. Bucks leading by 18. Freak with it. He's picked up by Hill. Freak with it. He's got 34. Back to Antetokounmpo. The Bucks need to get a shot off here. McCray, no good.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
Parker with the steal. Drops in the breakaway layup. Parker's got his second bucket of the night.
I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen throughout. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively turning into quick points.
And that can't continue. I mean, if they hope to get back in this game, I mean, it's really deflating from a morale standpoint. They need stops and points, not turnovers.
A steal. And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. Bucks ahead, ending the third. And we're getting underway here in the fourth quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup, but we'll see how much things change up here. On the court for Indiana, they've got Jared Bayless. Young is out there with Montejunas. Then it's Turner. Montejunas with it. He's picked up by Parker. He got right to the cup using that screen. Young's got the fourth quarter started here with a bucket for Indiana. Now here's Freak. And there's the 8-second call as they can't get it across half court in time.
I like this, Kevin. This is a lot better ball control from them as they really haven't had any turnover problems in a bit.
Risky pass in a situation like that. Very lucky that wasn't a steal.
Fortunate to get it through. I thought he was headed the other way with that one.
It's Young on the wing.
And you know what? He's just not on his game. No doubt about it. They're definitely.
A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone right now. And stolen by Freak. They're running. Here's Middleton. Finished off the break. And the Bucks lead by 18. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Milwaukee.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
Yeah, but also, they haven't missed a beat in terms of their fast break game. That's been equally as effective all night long.
And now your Milwaukee.
Paul George is checked in for Jared Bayless.
Substitution for the Pacers. Paul George.
Here's Kramer. Bounces high off the rim and drops.
And he's shaking off that slow start, giving them a boost here in the second.
And the foul called on Freak. That's foul number 2 for him.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
Yeah, he was one step late that time, Greg.
And the Bucks making a change here. Spates is checked in. Just over a minute and a half played here in the fourth. There's a screen by Montejunas to the inside. Stolen by Monroe. And here we go. Fast break. Freak's got it. This one for 3. And the rebound goes to the Pacers. They get to take on the Heat at Miami after this one. That is game 3 of this 4-game trip.
Oh, that's a golden opportunity to finish on the break, and he blows it.
Yeah, at this level, you got to make that shot. It's plain and simple. You got to knock that one down.
Pacers trail by 16. Here's Kramer. And once again off the mark by Indiana. Pass to McCray. We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone.
And such a steady hand. I mean, he's one of those guys that's really allowed them to take the lead.
Well, he's just so reliable and dependable and consistent, especially here today. I mean, his shooting percentage is off the charts. Well, how about Paul George in this one? He has 18 points, and he's hit the mark twice from three-point range as well.
And Clark, it's no stretch to say the more points he gives them from beyond the arc, the better off they'll be.
Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation.
The turnover total in the first half, only 1, but a totally different story here in the second.
We got to be more physical on defense. They are getting to the middle of the floor way too easy.
And we're about 3 minutes into the fourth quarter. McCray, and so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. Free throw good. Freak.
That's his second personal at the line.
And both free throws good from Freak. Pacers trail by 18. Outside, George. George double teamed. Here's Montejunas. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. George has got 3 assists now in this one. Milwaukee's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the 4th quarter. Now here's Freak. Defense right on him. Shoots off the screen. Good. McRae's got 40 points.
Oh, it's scary because he's just been a matchup nightmare in this game. He's eaten up anybody they've thrown at him.
Turner with a screen on Parker. And George, here we go. And that one is hammered home.
And it was the screen there, guys, that freed him up as he ran his man into it.
And then it was all acceleration, GA, to the bucket right after that.
Almost a backboard breaker.
And Antetokounmpo's checked in for Jabari Parker. Freak kicks to Monroe. It's Antetokounmpo on the wing, defended by George. And a wide open look for Freak. No good on the 3. Pacers trail by 16. Down low, here's Montejunas. Soft touch off the glass.
And really a good job spotting his teammate near the bucket and then just pinpoint passing for the finish.
Monroe, the pass to McRae. Middleton outside. Feeds it to Freak. Middleton dishes to Freak. 6 on the shot clock. Misses the wing J.
His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
Montejunas has the open look. Again, Indiana.
I tell you what, fellas, we're seeing some really good ball movement out there.
Definitely. 10 of their last 12 points have come off assists.
And Middleton kicks to Freak. Back to Middleton. And that's out of bounds. Milwaukee will retain possession.
Bucks ball.
.103 left in the 4th quarter of this one. And Monroe kicks to Freak.
And so only one team answered the bell tonight, guys. Not a monster blowout by any means, but still a double-digit victory for the Bucks.
2 great rebounding teams, Clark.
Yeah, and these guys just worked a little bit harder tonight. That was the edge that was needed.
And counting tonight's game on the season, they'll now have won 57 games this year.
And this will be their 3rd win in 3 tries against these guys. They match up so well.
They really do. I mean, there's one more game to play in this season series, and barring any major changes to their team, I'd have to believe the sweep will be in order.
And beyond the actual result.
And so it's the Bucks taking care of business in this one.
All right, now. What's up, girl?
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Welcome back, everybody. Ernie Johnson here along with Shaq and the Jet as we present our Jordan Freak. Just a monster first quarter of the game. He came out hot and just never cooled down. That boost he gave his team early on, a huge factor.
Just an unreal performance for him in so many ways. That was a player at the absolute top of his game.
Bitch, I wanna party like Chris Farley.